Hello and welcome. Today I am doing a video on the 2020 election based off of polling solely. So before we get started, please go and subscribe. We're currently at 257 subscribers. We're trying to get to 275 by the end of the month, so go and subscribe. So let's get started. So I'm using RCP polls, which takes all the polling and averages out, so it gets rid of a lot of skewed pro-Democratic or pro-Republican pollsters, so it goes more middle of the line. So currently, RCP gives Biden 212 and Trump 115 electoral votes. So we're first going to not really look at the safe ones because we know that those are guaranteed going for Trump or Biden. So California, Hawaii, New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Delaware, Maryland, DC. For Trump, South Dakota to Oklahoma, Wyoming, Idaho, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Wyoming, West Virginia. And then is everything considered completely safe? So safe is considered a 15% more for a victory. So let's first look at the colored in states, the leans and likelies. So we're going to finish off the West Coast with Washington, which goes from a 23 to 34 point lead for Biden. So that would be considered a safe state for him. Oregon, there is no polling. Last time around, it went to Clinton by around 10 points. I think it'll stay likely. In 2018, the governor election, it was actually slightly closer. I think it was 7 or 8 point victory for the Democratic candidate there against the Republican. For New Mexico, it averages a 14.5 lead for Biden, so that would be considered likely. For Colorado, Biden plus 10, also likely. Montana for Trump would be considered likely. Actually, these are older polls. If it's an older poll, I will disregard them and do my old prediction. So Montana will go safe for Trump. Utah, it ranges. I don't think Trump will fall below a 15% victory there. Arkansas, Trump plus 2. I do not at all believe that pollster. And it's very old. June. Louisiana, Trump plus 16, and that's a month old. That's not bad. I consider it safe. It's over 15 points. Mississippi, that's a really old poster, and it still gives Trump a safe victory there. I don't really see Mississippi getting close. Oh, no? Okay. Indiana, Trump plus 13. That was in April. That's older. I would consider Indiana safe. Missouri, Trump averages a 7.5 point lead there. The last poll was in August, not September, which Trump was plus 11. Still considered likely. I don't think it'll be likely by Election Day, but this is what polls are saying. In South Carolina, plus 5 for Trump. That's end of the month of July, beginning of August. Still kind of older. but it's close to where I would say likely. I don't think it'd be 5-point victory for Trump. It'll probably be about a 10 to 15 point victory for Trump in the state of South Carolina. For the state of Virginia, it averages a 12.5 lead for Biden there. That would be considered likely. For New Jersey, it averages a 19.4 lead, but these polls are older. I don't think it'll be safe. I think it'll go in the likely column, maybe a 13-point victory for Joe Biden there. In Connecticut, also older polling, Trump was only behind by 10, 11 points there, so I don't think it'll sway 5 points there. So I think it'll stay likely. In Rhode Island, there's no polling there. I think it'll go safe. For Maine at large, it's considered lean, or whatever they call it, for RCP. The last poll was in end of July, beginning of August, +8. I could actually see that realistically, a +8 for Biden there. Maybe a +7, but I still do think it'll go in the likely. It is an older pollster, so I will not regard it, even though it's pretty accurate to what I would say. That is, Alaska. Trump +3. I don't agree with that at all either. It's an older poll as well, and I would consider Alaska safe. So this is where we are standing with, I forgot Illinois. There is no polling there, and it most likely will go safe. Maybe like 17-point victory, 18-point victory for Joe Biden there. And that is all the states that are filled in, giving Biden 211 to Trump's 125. Maine's first. So now we're going to go into the toss-up states, the ones that are not filled in. I did do Missouri, but whatever. I wouldn't consider a toss-up state in this election cycle. We're going to start off with the states of the Southwest, starting with Nevada, averaging a 4-point lead for Biden there. I could agree with that, even though it is older. I would also consider it lean. Nevada has been known for bad polling, so it may be way off. For Arizona, it gives Biden a +5 average. In the election, I don't think it'll be that big of a margin. If Biden were to win, I think it'd be a 1-2 points, maybe even less than that. So it is in the lean column. And Texas, a Trump average 3.5 points for victory. I think it'll be around a 6.7 point. It'll be closer than it was in 2016, but I don't think it'll go below 5 points there. So it is lean in the average of polling. And we're going to go into the Southeast now, starting with the state of Florida, averaging a Biden 1.8 lead. So that would be considered lean. I don't think it's that big of a polling lead for Biden there. I think it's actually tied. Polling last time for Florida, it was right, but it was around 1% off. A lot of the polls were pretty bad there, such as Quinnipiac, which is giving Biden a +3 lead. Trafalgar, I think they were definitely more favoring Trump. I think it was around the same. I think it's, if we were to get how much the 2016 election results to the polling was, I think it'd be around tied currently with the polls that are up at the moment. Georgia, Trump averages a 1.3 lead. I don't think it's that narrow. I think it'll be a 2 to 7 point victory for Trump. It'll probably be somewhere in between that, maybe 4 points. It could be whatever. I don't think Biden will win there. North Carolina, 0.6 point lead for Biden there. It has been back and forth recently, going from a half-point lead for Trump to tie to Trump to Biden. It would be considered tilt at the moment. Now going into the Midwest, starting with Iowa. The poll there is older, but I do think Trump will win there in the lean margin. Not by 1 point. I think it'll be around 4 points. In Minnesota, the state has been narrowing a lot. So if we look at, is there any? Okay, Trafalgar, +5 to tie. I don't know, is there an Emerson's one of my, I think, one of the best polls in my opinion. Gives Biden a +3. Triple P has no older polling there yet, but it is a lean margin at the moment. It's showing that Minnesota is narrower than Arizona in the race at the moment, which is very surprising. Minnesota is the longest to vote Democratic presidents in a row in the elections. In Wisconsin, Biden +4.4. That'd be lean. In the state of Michigan, a average 2.6 lead for Biden. That would be also lean. Ohio, there is old polling there. I don't think Biden leads there at all. I think it could even go in the likely margin. I think it's maybe a 4.5 point lead for Trump there. In Pennsylvania, Biden averages a 4.2 lead there. And that would go in the lean margin for Biden. Going into the Northeast with New Hampshire, Biden averages a 9.7 lead. In the latest poll there, it was a +8 for Biden. I think it'll be close to likely, maybe 4.5% victory for Biden there, but I don't think it'll go over 5%. The state for Democratic voters is usually more progressive than a moderate Democratic state. It is still a toss-up. I'm just talking about the types of Democrats there. For Maine 2nd, there's no polling. I believe that this will go for Trump. I don't think it'll go for Biden. Nebraska's 2nd, no polling as well, and I'm going to tilt it to Trump at the moment. So, according to polling, it gives Trump 205 electoral votes to Biden's 333. This is not my prediction. This is just solely based off of polling. Some of the states that had older polling, I tried to do the best I could in what I think would reflect off of other polling in other states similar to the area. Thank you for watching. Please go subscribe, like the video, as well as hit the notification bell to get notified when new videos come out. Bye.